particular video, I thought I'd do a cozy little, spooky stories, but a cozy little drawing, like warm-up sketch doodle little deal. And I figured why not? The weather's been a little chilly, it's been a little rainy, it's been a little gloomy. Unless you're me, because I like gloomy weather. It inspires me 100%. But these spooky stories are actually based off of things I've seen at work and some things that my mom and other workers have seen and heard at work. Alright, I gotta move my foot this week. Whoa! Now, I 100% believe in like the supernatural and paranormal stuff. It very much excites me. I love watching videos like that on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. I'm very much a paranormal fan and a horror fan, 100%. As for these particular stories, it's nothing too massive. It wasn't like, oh my god, absolutely earth-shattering, and I definitely didn't get any evidence at all. But I thought it'd still be something fun to share, because at first it kind of made me nervous, but except for one thing, we've got the little ghost friend as Fred, and he's mischievous, but the other one, I don't know what to call it, and it doesn't make me feel safe or happy. But these are mostly things about our little residential ghost named Fred. Now, let me start off by saying there are some skeptics that I work with, like the store manager who now has a store where he lives, so he's not there anymore, but he's pretty skeptical about it. But like my mom, she is not, and she works with me, so she can corroborate a lot of these stories. Main things being we can hear like walking, and we'll hear the cooler and freezer doors open and close. And trust me, it's not hard to hear them. They're very, very, very loud, and with concrete floors, it's pretty easy to hear people walking. But here's the catch. It's not like in the middle of the day that you hear these things. It's generally like early in the morning or whenever we're closing and everything's locked up and we're the only two people in the store. Spooky, right? But that being said, that's all Fred really has ever done. He's only ever like opened cooler or freezer doors and walked around the store. There have been a few times where Fred has been, let's just say he's been a little mischievous and decided to knock some things off shelves or move things and potentially makes piles of merchandise around the store. That's been a thing. It hasn't been a thing lately, but there are periods where we'll just find the same product piled in one area on a totally different aisle. I don't think anybody's going to the store as a physical person and doing that. And the new night manager tends to make me 100% there. That's just a little bizarre. Unless they really, really hate us, I don't know what that is, so it has to be something else, right? Regardless, some of the things that have happened were there was a night that Mom and I were closing, and we have baskets set along the outside of the office full of things like customers didn't want, or things that we just found that where they're not supposed to be where they are. But we have, more importantly, she's heard things like getting knocked out of them, even though, or a whole basket of it falling whenever it's like on the middle shelf and it's completely stable. So that definitely happened. At first I didn't want to say that. I was like, nope. That was during the period that I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know if this is a good thing. I feel like this is something, but I have mixed emotions. Now I like Fred. Fred's nice. Except for the times when I'm going to put something on the shelf and Fred decides he doesn't want it on the shelf. It looks much better on the floor. As in, I'm doing putbacks, go backs, whatever you want to call it, and he has knocked things off of the shelf and left me completely baffled and going, okay, I'm gonna pick this up and act like that didn't happen, but cool, dude. If that's where you want it, I'm not gonna judge you for your home decoration skills. That's rude, and I'm not a rude person. Now, the other time, see, both those times actually happened during work hours like this and the one I'm about to say, which is I was talking in healthcare and the same thing happened. Only I was putting makeup remover wipes up, and I turned my back for like a second in time for something to slam into the ground. And I paused and I looked, and mind you, both times I did things to see if I could replicate the sound and how it fell, and like the time before and this time, whenever I would like imagine walking down an aisle to see a worker just slamming makeup wipes on the ground. And I can say ground, our floors are concrete. There's nothing in between us and the ground, pretty much. But just imagine how weird that has to look. Somebody just repeatedly throwing a product on the ground, going, nope, that's not how it was. So that happened. Still not sure what the intention was behind that one. But at that point, I was actually okay with Fred. He didn't bother me. The only time I think he ever made me nervous was whenever there was a different merchant manager that wasn't doing what she was supposed to. Like, it was bad. The stockroom was overflowing with boxes and boxes of stock that she just didn't want to deal with. Regardless, it got bad enough that the store manager and my mom didn't want anyone back there unless it was one of them, like the manager or her. And they wanted me to stock up some sunglasses because I think it was the middle of summer, and those are a hot ticket, right? I remember she was going back there to get me some more after already bringing some up. And it was a rainy, stormy day, just chilling. Business was slow, and so I was listening to some spooky stories, and maybe that influenced it, but I remember hearing as clear as day. And I remember removing my headphones and looking around like, no one else is in the store, and Mom is in the back. And what I heard was, don't go back there, it's dangerous. And I just kind of stopped. I really did stop and took my headphones out and looked around and was like, okay, that's interesting. And like a minute later, after looking around to make sure that no one was in the parking lot and it really was just her and I called her and was like, hey, you wouldn't happen to be in the stock room? And she was like, no, I'm outside taking trash out. And I was like, okay, just be careful because I heard something and I'm kind of freaked out. And she was like, okay, do you want me to come up front? And I was like, I'd prefer that. And I told her, and she was like, well, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It just means whatever's here has been warning you about something. And I won't lie, whenever I was coming back in, there was a miniature collapse of some of the boxes, so maybe that was why. And I was like, huh, interesting. That day forward, I actually stopped being bothered by Fred altogether, because they were warning me about something. They were warning my mom about something. She just wasn't there to hear it. Or just warning us in general, which was really actually kind of cool. Freaky at the moment, but overall, I thought it was kind of cool. At this particular moment, I can't remember anything else that really stands out. I know that on top of work being haunted, there have been some things that have happened at my own apartment. I don't know, this town is old-ish. It's not that big, it's pretty small and close-knit, but when I remember more tales about the spooky times at work, I will make another video on it, but also expect to see a video about some of the things that have happened around the apartment. And it goes through spurts, like we'll see something, or a door will close, or somebody will try and come into the bathroom while you're taking a shower. That actually happened to me last night. It freaked me out. But that is a video for another time, and it's probably going to be a little bit longer because that has been that have happened versus things that have happened at work, way more. Like, physical apparitions, I guess you could say, because I've seen things as, like, they're happening. That said, I hope, even if you're not a fan of Paranormal Activity at all, that you at least got a kick out of these instances, these events, or think it's pure coincidence, or just gravity being weird. Pick your poison. I'm not going to judge you. I just thought it would be neat to have a little share as I attempted to doodle something to warm up my hand. If I'm not mistaken, it was cold that day too, so my hand was frozen. I live upstairs, if that gives you a clue. I live upstairs, and my downstairs neighbor do not know what a heater is, but regardless, I really do hope my fluffy little cinnamon rolls enjoyed this, and if you did, why not like my video and subscribe for more content? I promise there's so much more, and there's also my blog to look forward to. I am extremely excited for this year to come, and I hope along this year I'll make more friends, and everybody will have a nice, safe little place to hunker down whenever things aren't that good. I want a place where people can be happy. But regardless, I hope you all had a good time, and stay tuned for next time. Until then, bye-bye.